Oh,
that was a little Christmas special for us. So apologies to people online. We are going to run it from this mobile phone, so it might be a bit scratchy and difficult to hear. So, but do butt in if you want to. We got as far as public participation, but given we've got a lot of grant people here, I'm going to go to the grants, so at least we can get onto that business. So I'm going to skip to 9.1, which is grant applications. So welcome to the Badminton Club. Thank you for coming along. So there's a grant application for £5,000, which has been to the grant committee and being approved by them. So it's basically, you're obviously investing in your junior and senior teams. Yeah, so the caveat on the grant is that the club also approaches Clevedon, Nailsea Town Council and Bristol for funding, as you have some members from those other towns as well. Did you want to come and speak to that? Did you want to say anything at all? I mean, you're welcome to come here, but you'll have to come to the mobile phone and sit around here. It's fine. If you need to, yeah. Watch out, if you do sit on the seat, you might become the chair. But
Okay. Hi there. I'll just say a few words. Firstly, thank you very much for granting this to the club, because the club's been running a very long time in Portishead. I've been the chair for the last 4 years, and I'm stepping down at the end of the season. Tony, he's our club secretary, and Pete there is our treasurer. It's really down to Pete this. He's the one who's managed to secure these funds, and so it's really great news for the club. The club itself, just to give you a bit of background to it, we're quite a fairly large club. The membership fluctuates between 40 and 50 seniors, adults each season. We have approximately 20 juniors as well, junior club and our junior club is only one of 6 or 7 in the whole of Avon County. So yeah, there's not many of us. So lots of kids out there wanting to play. We have a long list. So we have lots of volunteers who coach as well. So give up their time for that, which is really good. We are associated with 2 leagues, so North Somerset and Bristol Badminton leagues, and we've got lots of teams in each of those. During the time of COVID, up to that point, we were playing out of Parish Wharf for many years, and then we were churned out at that point, and we were homeless. Thankfully, Gordano School gave us a new home, and we've been there ever since, the last 5 years. We've had to sort of grow the club again, because we lost a lot of members. Some clubs in the area folded as well. So we've been one of the lucky ones. But yeah, we've had our ups and downs. But in terms of membership, I think we've lost a few members this year. But we are a club for the community, all of Portishead. But yeah, we do have some players that come from outside of Portishead, and the reason being they want to play for us. They want to play at our club. We have great facilities. We're doing well in competitions, and you'll find from time to time players from various clubs will move around. But yeah, we've done really well, I think, considering the circumstances 5 years ago. So this funding is going to be amazing for the club. It will just go a long way to help with more coaching, maybe get some professional coaching in as well. We can also do a bit more promotion as well around the junior section, because I think that's the grassroots of the club, and so that's really important to all of us to ensure that continues, because there aren't many, as I said, clubs, junior clubs in the whole of the county, or the old Avon County. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Right. Did anyone online want to say anything? No? Okay. No. Right. So, as it's difficult, we'll probably keep the conversation to maybe slightly less than normal. But can I have a proposer for the motion to recommend this? Janet and Mariam seconded it. So all those in favour, just raise their hands. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's now approved. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Well, we shall. Yeah. Hope you do well. The next one is the North Somerset Hockey Club. Is there anyone here from the hockey club?
Yeah. Hi, Joe here. Good evening.
Hello, Joe. Hi. Yeah. Would you just like to talk? Give us a little bit of background about the club and what you need the money for? That'd be good. Thank you.
Yeah. So we are North Somerset Hockey Club. We're based out of Gordano School. We were formed in 1997. That's the time when I joined the club. I was studying at Gordano at the time when the first AstroTurf was put down. So we have 3 men's teams, 3 ladies teams, and about 100 in our junior section. So I'm our junior section lead. We play league hockey through our adult section, and we intend for our juniors to come through our junior section into the adult section, just as I have on my pathway. What we're seeking some support from this evening is in our junior section. So given hockey in its nature, goalkeeping kit is essential for our children to be able to play competitive matches. Given the nature of the game, that stuff needs to be of a good standard and to keep people safe. Our hockey kits for goalies are around £1,000. So the club strives to provide a set of kit for each age group. However, with our junior section, especially in our under-10s growing, we need a second set of kit so that we can continue to enter the children into competitive matches and make us resilient to unavailability. Given the expense of a goalkeeping kit, it's not very often that parents can afford to provide that. So as a club, we seek to provide that for our members so that we can get our children playing hockey into the sport, into a team sport environment, which really kind of supports both their the personal and their mental health development, being involved in the sport. So yeah, we require some additional support this evening to provide some more safety equipment for our juniors.
Okay. I didn't realise the kit was that expensive, but I can guess why. It's obviously you need a lot of protection.
You do, yeah. Very thick foam, yeah. Unfortunately, my son's a goalkeeper, so it's all too familiar.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for giving us that prescription there. That's very helpful. Okay, so the recommendation is to award a grant of £1,000 to North Somerset Hockey Club to support the junior development and equipment support. So again, so Janet proposed and Martin needs some training. So we've got a proposal and a seconder. So all those in favour of that one? So yeah, thank you. Right, so that's all approved, Joe. So good luck with the team, and hope you get some good value out of the kit, which I'm sure they will. So.
Great, thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, those are the community grants, and we'll move on to the Portishead Economic Development Fund. So again, for those people who are not aware, this fund rose, it's called Section 106 money. It came from the development of the 7 paper mill site, the Taylor Wimpey site, as part of the community fund that comes from development. There was £152,000 for helping to develop businesses in Portishead. So the fund has been there, and we've been working closely with Oliver. Oliver's there today. Hi, Oliver. Oliver Cookin from North Somerset Council, from the business team there. His team have done a tremendous job in putting together the process and helping to identify businesses and so forth. And we've been working closely with them in a partnership arrangement, which has worked very well. So thank you to Oliver and the team there. All the work you've done, it's much appreciated. So obviously the grant fund has gone live a few weeks ago, and this is the first tranche of grants that have again been assessed by a subgroup within the grants working party on the council, and this is the approval meeting for those grants. So basically the fund, it's got £152,000. There's a set of rules that apply to them in terms of how large the business could be. We wanted it to be aimed at smaller businesses, and you can get a small grant from 500 to 5,000, or a larger one between 5 and 10,000. As it says here, it's on a first come first served basis, and the fund is a rolling fund. So as we can see below, there's been a good uptake, which is encouraging. So it's great that people have applied, but there's a message there. There's still funding left for other businesses in the town should they wish to apply for funding. The rules and etc. are all on our website and North Somerset website if you want to, if people are interested. If we come to the grants, and let's see who we've got online. I can see Roman's online, but I think he's probably cooking at the moment. That's, I think he's in the kitchen. Yeah. So, actually, he's just come in. We'll do yours first, Roman, if that's all right, as you're there, and I can see you're pretty busy. So, Roman at Wenger has basically applied for £10,000 subject to planning consent, which is a structural project to upgrade the back wall and the structure of the garden area for those of you who know Wenger, which is obviously hoping to transform the space and make it all weather, all season. Did you want to say anything about that, Roman, at all?
Hello, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm right now cooking a little bit busy. Sorry, the idea sorry. My apologies. The idea behind is to waterproof properly and winterproof the garden so you can use it all year round, as you will say. Fingers crossed that will help us to get easier all year round. Obviously, that it will bring a few more jobs into town and a few more charity events to raise money for the community. That is the whole idea.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So should we take that one first? Anyone like to propose? He's basically said he's going to open up the area, but he'll also be using it for charity events and so forth. So, yeah. Okay. Would someone like to propose it? Martin's going to propose it. Mariam's going to second it. All those in favour of that one? Yeah. Okay, so that's approved. So thank you very much for coming on, Roman. Perhaps if you would go on mute now, or if you're free to go, if you like. But
thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with everything. Cheers. Now, take care. Yeah, thank you. Cheers. We might be popping in for dinner later, I think. Okay. Right. This is a good meeting tonight, isn't it? What else are we going to do? We got anyone on the space shuttle tonight? Coming in and out. Right. Who's next? Mr. Gilman Tuition, would you like to? Is there anything you'd like to say, or? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Right. So this is Mr. Gilman's tuition, as it says, it's to help the digital marketing presence and to be able to reach more families in Portishead and so forth. So with a small grant of £3,700. Mariam to propose, Martin seconded. All those in favour? Okay. We got anyone else here from the business community, or should we just run through the rest in order? Looks as though we can just run through the rest in order. So we have Nexus BioQuest, which is an office expansion. I don't know whether Nikki or Emma, you could just give us a bit more information about this one. Or Oliver.
Yeah, I think Oliver is probably best placed.
Sure. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can. Amazing. Yes.
I'm just going to go back on mute because I'm arguing with some tannoys here. So yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on, Oliver. Yeah.
So the Nexus BioQuest is an office expansion project. So they're looking to extend into the remainder of their lease floor to create additional 38 workstations, new meeting and collaboration areas. It's a large-scale refurbishment, but it's necessary because their current office space has reached full capacity. So it's to enable staff recruitment and support future business growth.
Okay. All right. Good. Right. Excellent. So yeah. Janet proposed, Mariam second. Again, all those in favour? Thank you. Okay. All right. We have Creation Cakes Limited, which is, again, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to develop the shop, make it a nice place, increase footfall. Again, is Oliver or Nikki want to say something about this one?
Yeah, I'm happy to run through them all in
Yeah,
order.
go on.
So it's a development project for this for Creation Cakes. They're looking to upgrade their outside canopy and put in a cake fridge as well within their premises, and then do some wider decoration inside the premises themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Again, okay. I think we're all happy. I should say these have all been through the grant working party, so unless there's something that's come up since, this should be fairly straightforward. Go on then, Oliver. This is Aerial Limited. This looks an interesting one. We're going to have some drones.
Yeah, so it's for a business. He's looking to buy kind of a more advanced drone that he currently has to lease, and that's quite a barrier to him expanding his business, because you can imagine, say, he's got some work booked in 2 days' time. He's got to try and lease this piece of equipment from a third party. So this will then enable the business to own that equipment and then increase their kind of workflow.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting to see what businesses we've got around in Portishead. Yeah. So again, Janet.
This
one is £10,000. Yes. Yeah. Not all of them are. No, some of them are lower. I should have said that. Yeah. So, but
I'll second that.
yeah. Okay. All in favour? Yeah. Okay. We've done Mr. Gilman's tuition, which was 3,700. The next one is Immersive Ideas Limited. Go on, Oliver. Yeah.
This is a startup that's looking to develop a conceptual design for immersive experiences that they're looking to kind of work with schools and other settings. So yeah, quite an exciting project.
Okay, so the grant working party has recommended a 50% grant, so that's £5,000. Okay. Martin, you want to? So Martin can propose that one. Mariam second. All is in favour? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we've got Shana Katis sakes. I can never say that. I was dreading this one coming up. Yeah, whatever.
I bet Oliver can.
Yeah. Got Oliver. Well, it's the tea room, and obviously they're looking to update the decor and purchase the equipment. I think most people know what that one is. Yes. So
absolutely.
So the grant working party recommended a 62.5% funding, which comes to £2,500. Okay. Again, Ariam proposed. Right. Janet seconded. All in favour? Yeah, okay. Right. So that's those. I think it comes roughly to about £50,000, isn't it? So there's still quite a lot. So it's a good start. Yeah, it seems to be all going very well, Oliver. Much, that's quite pleasing, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for all your support, everyone from the grant working party. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I thought I was really worried about this fund because I didn't think people would apply for it. But now all of these people have come out and taken part in it. And that's fantastic.
Yeah, that was very good. So yeah, as I said earlier, let's encourage more people to come forward. We are going to be doing some more publicity, because I'm sure there's people who still don't know about it. So we'll be doing that. So, okay, Rog.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, in case anybody didn't know, that these are the successful applications. They're not all the applications. Some applications didn't make it through the working party. So it's not like we've green-lighted everything that's come through. I sat on the grants working party for it. And I just wondered if, have we still got Oliver here? Yeah. If you just take a moment to now explain what the next steps are for the people who've applied for the grants as to how they actually get their money. Because it's not just that he's going to write a check and send it out. There's a whole procedure there. Are you all right with that, Ollie?
Absolutely, I really appreciate it. So the next step is all of the successful applications that we've just run through will receive an official written grant offer letter that will detail everything that around how you claim your grant. So it is in arrears. So we would be looking to pay successful applicants once they submit receipts, so to detail their expenditure. But all the grant offer letter that will come out in the next couple of days for all those successful applications will list all of the necessary information, and then they just have to sign and return that to us. and then that's kind of a legal agreement in place between us as the funder and the recipient, and then it will detail how they claim it going forward and everything they need to pay attention to throughout the delivery of their project.
Okay, thank you for raising that question. Good one.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you. I think we've anything else on that economic fund? No. Okay.
I think it's like photograph or something like that to show what they've done or let us know what they've done.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's part of the it's part of the follow up, basically. To so that's fine. We'll don't know. We're just saying it'll be good if there's some sort of photographic or photos or whatever of work that's been done. But that'll be done through the process. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Right. Let's go back to number 6. Did anyone else hear from members of the public or online have anything else they wanted to raise tonight? No. If you think of something later, you can always put your hand up and we'll take any comments. Yeah.
I thought I was thinking about the economic development fund, but because we've got some people here tonight who receive grants, do we want to just run through what the procedure is for those, because it's different to the economic development fund? Or how they receive their grant?
Good point. Yeah, Nikki, you're probably the best person to answer that one.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear Roger. Are you talking about the normal grants?
Yeah, the community grants. What's the procedure now for the people who've been awarded a grant?
Yeah, I'm already in touch with them, so I've got bank details, and Rachel will get that on the next payment run. So I'll be talking to both those groups tomorrow.
Okay, lovely. All right, so Nikki Mills will be in touch with you. Okay, all right, thank you. Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you.
Okay, so devolution of assets. So we're moving on. So for those again who don't know, North Somerset Council is not in a great financial position. They've been asking all towns and parishes to take on assets and services. In our case, that would include all the maintenance of open spaces and areas like the lake grounds, for example, as well as lots of other places. So we are putting together a prospectus which just explains to people why it's happening, what's in the scope, and what our approach is. I guess our broad approach is that given that we had a consultation back in the summer where 80% of people strongly agreed that we should take these places over and run them. That's what we're doing. Hang on a second, I'll bring the phone round so in a minute. I guess what we believe in is if we can work, local control is good for things like open spaces, parks, play areas, the litter bin service, all those things that are much better done locally. We would obviously want to work with local groups and the community rather than the council doing everything, because there's obviously partnerships, for example, with the clubs on the lake grounds. Might be a way of getting more done. We may be able to apply for grants, and clubs probably got a better chance of getting grant funding than maybe the council does in some cases. So we look to work with the community, and we obviously run consultations in the past on the lake grounds, but there's lots of improvements that could be made, relatively cheaply. Other things would need the council to step in and do things. So that's basically our approach, and we are expecting to take on most of those assets and services from April next year. There is it's going to the North Somerset Cabinet in early February for the Cabinet to make a decision. And we're still in discussions, but we are now making good progress on the detail. The Green Spaces team in North Somerset has been very helpful in providing all the detail of the various pieces of grass and other areas and stuff of the town. We've employed a legal team which is helping us do that. There's a lot of kind of work to do. So that's broadly what it is. I was just going to say on the prospectus, this is part of it. We are also doing some additions to it just to sort of put some more context around it and also put some financial information behind it. So as we're working out the budget for next year, so we will be supplementing what we've got here. So I guess today is like, just are we happy with this as the general approach? Yeah, and any comments? So I'll go to Janet. I'll go to Janet first. Come around.
Battery's going.
Yeah, that's a bad.
18%.
I suppose I just want to point out that the issue here is if we don't take on these assets, they will be part of a managed decline by North Somerset Council. For example, if there's a play area that we are going to take over and we decide not to, then the equipment will not be replaced as it breaks. And eventually, when there's no equipment left, the area will just be cordoned off and left, because North Somerset Council can't afford to run these things anymore because of the huge increase in cost of adult and child social care, which is in excess of 60% of their having to pay in excess of 60% of their budget on adult and child social care.
I think it might be higher than 60%, Janet, but yes, a massive portion of the budget.
And for example, a SEND child who has 24-hour care will cost the council £100,000 a year to keep in their place. And there are some adults that may need continuous care that will cost the council £1 million a year to keep them alive. So this is why North Somerset Council has no money. It's nothing to do with many other things, like people say, oh, you know, they are bad managers, because in fact, actually, they're not. It's just the massive cost of adult and child social care. And that's why we have a choice. We can either have managed decline and lose everything, or we can take it over and make sure it's even better for the people in Portishead.
Martin, do you want to say something?
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm concerned about my thoughts. Sorry, our thoughts as well. Is that an asset we're taking on board, or is that just too big an issue?
The sculpture tail, that's a really good point, actually. I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me make a note. Yeah.
In some of the areas are in the list of areas to be transferred. But not all of them before sunset, you know.
No, that's the issue. It's a bit like what's a good example? It's a bit like benches. You know, it's basically if the park bench is on the lake grounds, it will come to us. But if it's on the highway, it won't. Well, not on the highway, but you know, on the pavement next to the highway, because we should replace the bench on it on the highway. But let me check it out, because I think the position at the moment will be, if it's on a piece of land that we're taking on, we will get it. But I think we might want to put in a bid to say, look, someone needs to look after the sculpture trails. So, yeah, so I think that's a good point. Yeah. Right. Yeah, Mike, you want to say something, Mike, online?
Yeah, I mean, I'm involved behind the scenes, and I just thought, following on from Janet, it's just important to give people reassurance that a lot of time and effort is being spent on doing due diligence around various assets in terms of their potential cost and liability, as well as having an eye to any opportunities going forward. So behind the scenes, there's a lot of detailed work going on, assessing and making sure we make, which we say, reasonable and appropriate decisions.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Yeah. We've got to do. It's got to be right for the residents at the end of the day. So, yeah. Thank you. Okay. So Steve, we've got a recommendation that we approve it for publication, but I guess we're not going to, we don't need to do that because we're just sort of saying, is this, you're okay with it as it is, but we are going to expand it. Yeah. Okay, good. That was more of a rain check to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Well, it's say so far.
Yeah. Good. All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. Moving on to agenda item number 11, we have the Merlin Park skate ramp, which is the wooden ramps up at Merlin Park. There's a report. Obviously, we've had 3 quotes to fix the ramps, which are now, well, they're basically worn out and need replacing. The cheapest quote that came in was £4,695.26. There were 3 fairly equivalent quotes. So the recommendation is to approve expenditure of £4,695.26, excluding VAT, and to authorise Lucy Giles Townsend, who's the Asset and Facilities Manager, to oversee the project. Any comments? Yes, that piece of land is leased by, currently it's leased by the Town Council from North Somerset Council, but we, assuming everything, it's one of these efficiency things why it makes sense for us to take on, so we'll hopefully be taking on Merlin Park as a whole with the freehold, because it means up to now, every 10 years you have to negotiate a new lease, which just means lawyers make money, and it's just ridiculous. So, we won't have to do that anymore. So we would basically get the freehold. Janet? Yeah.
Merlin Park is really well used when the
I'm going to bring the phone over if you're going to give us a long one. Okay. Oh.
Merlin Park was really well used when it was in good repair. And I think it's really important that we make sure that there are opportunities for people at the top of the town as well as the bottom to take part in skate park activities.
Thank you. It's the roving mic. All right. Okay. So we've got the recommendation. Would someone like to propose that one? Janet? Marianne seconded it. All in favour? Yeah. Okay. Good news. Okay, we're moving on. We have a report from our signposting and referrals officer. There seems to be, I guess, the normal amount of activity this last month. Seen quite a few people. Something with anything out of it? No. Okay. Hang on a sec.
Every Friday there's citizens' advice, usually 2 officers and our own officer here to help people with any issues like debt, domestic abuse, anything at all that you need help with. And please let everybody know that that's available all day Friday for everybody.
That's a full call. Yes.
Yes.
All right. I see you've got to go, Emma. Thank you for joining, and have a good trip back. Yeah, thank you.
Do we know if has that improved any since it's been here?
Yeah, the sessions moved from the Methodist Church Hall to here. There was a slight drop off at the beginning, but since then there's probably more people come here because it's more private and there's more space and it's quieter.
That's good.
Yeah, so we did some publicity when the move happened, but it's worked out. The citizens' advice prefer it, and so do the people who come to see them. So
I guess it's more private here.
Yeah, it's more private, and it's just more space, and it wasn't really working in the Methodist in the whole because it was very busy and there was limited privacy really. So yeah. Okay, CCTV reports. You'll see that there's basically about 1 incident a day that is monitored, that comes up on the CCTV, and there's about 8, I think there are 9 cameras in Portishead, mostly around the high street, but in some other areas. It captures missing persons. It's captured people tripping over the pavement, falling over the pavement, and so so it's not just about crime prevention. It is quite useful for lots of other things as well. It seems to be doing what it should be doing, basically. So good.
Are we still reporting this? We still.
At the end we'll do, well, it's the next item actually. So the communications for coming out of this meeting. So
Do you have another item that was that flag flying?
oh yeah, the flag flying, yes. So yes, sorry, Mike, there was another item, wasn't there, about flying flags? Go on. Yeah.
It's excuse me, feels like I'm on a mission about flag flying, but I'm not. It's just to recall, what happened was we had an episode where we had the flags along the esplanade, when there was a lot of flag flying incidents, if you want to call them that, across the country. And we discussed it briefly in a business meeting, and I agreed to go away and look at the guidance on it. So in the brief report I submitted, there's a very sort of clear government guidance, and basically there's 3 categories of flag, A, B, C, and also requirements about how and where and when you sight flags. In terms of the town, I detail in the report where the Portishead Town Council, St. Peter's, a flagpole on Beach Road East, which is been informally sponsored by the Gordano Civic Society. And then I had a chat with the Scouts who were talking about, which was interesting because they were saying how they and other groups raise and lower the Union flag at the beginning and the end of their meetings internally. But having said that, they were talking about getting a bracket to put a flag outside. So all the and I've listed all the dates and occasions. Most of them are what you call category A flags, if not all of them, on reflection. And these are flags. The only one that isn't is probably the Royal British Legion, which seems to get flown by custom and practice. So all the others, category A flags, people can fly them without permission. And then category B flags, you have to fulfill certain criteria. And category C flags, you need planning permission. So there was a bit of feedback from that report that is circulated. And although we don't need permission, because it's been politically loaded and may become politically loaded again, it's probably worth just noting it. My view is that there seems to be some desire to possibly make the Union flag a permanent flag at the town hall, other than inclement weather or maintenance requirements. And then, so if there's a general feeling that that's a good idea, we could go ahead and do that. And then I think, if there's another series of episodes with flags being flown in different places and we think it's generating tensions, then obviously as a town council we can have another look at it. But I don't think we want to escalate it and make it into an issue, if you see what I mean. So I think in essence that's where we're at, but happy to take any questions.
Yeah, okay. Well, it sounds like a good suggestion. On reflection, I just thought, we should proudly fly the flag. We are here to represent the town. So, yeah, also it would be useful for people to know where we are as well. Excellent. Not everyone does. So. Yeah. Go on, Rob, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, fully supportive of us flying the flag, whichever flag we decide is the most appropriate from the town hall and from flag poles that we may have ownership of around the town. I just wanted to point out that that obviously flags being flown require the landowner's permission. So we're fine to fly our flags here. The ones down the esplanade were put up without the landowner's permission, which is probably why they were removed by North Somerset, I believe. But let's not forget that recently we've seen a poor gentleman in his 60s, I think, from Bristol, died as a result of attempting to fly a flag from a lamppost in his street. So there are very good reasons why you shouldn't just take a ladder to a lamppost and try and fly a flag from it. And it's not got nothing to do with the flag and everything to do with your own safety. You'll notice the council workers don't use ladders when they do it. They use cherry pickers, which is a far safer way of doing it. But yeah, no, I'm fully supportive of us flying the flag around our town.
Can I just add, I mean, I was talking specifically in terms of the Union flag because that's what people seem to come forward. But I mean, it doesn't stop there. You know, if we want to, we can do things like fly the Portishead Town Council flag, which apparently at the moment is typically flown on the day of the annual town council meeting and for the Portishead residents meeting. I'm not advocating we do or we don't, but I'm just acknowledging there are other opportunities to fly other flags going forward if we want to.
Okay, excellent. All right. So is everyone happy to approve that recommendation? Yeah. Martin proposed, Mariam seconded, and we're all in favour. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand Martin offered to raise it every day.
Get him out of bed in the morning. Yeah, easy exercise. But yeah, if you could ask Mike to or action that at some point, that would be great. Right, so communication. Well, we obviously need to communicate the grants, all of them in some way. I suggest they're split up into a couple of communications. Steve, okay. Yeah, the community ones and the Ports Economic Fund ones. It's obviously a great opportunity to publicise the fact that the money's being allocated and for other people to put in an application. So if we could do that, that would be great. I think we do normally put the CCTV report out, that was summary. I think it's kind of useful for people. Sometimes gets the odd derogatory comment, but I think it's there we go. What can you do? I think it's just regular communication, because I think when people do look at it, you see actually it's very useful, and just monitor what's going on. Anything else that we've? The skate park, of course, yeah, and the update to the skate park would be a good one, a separate one to go out, I think. So yeah, so lots of good stuff going on. With that, we can move to
just a little point, Paul, just so it doesn't get missed. In terms of the Economic Fund, there's a liaison going on between North Somerset Council and Portishead Town Council regarding the comms on that.
Okay.
So we just need to make sure that dovetails.
Okay, could just make sure Amy talks to the North Somerset person. I think she's probably in touch with them.
I think she is, but just to make sure.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. So it's almost Christmas. So the date of the next meeting will be, it won't be Wednesday the 17th of December, as it says here, because that's today. Even I know that. Yeah. When's the next meeting?
28th of January.
28th of January. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. It's Wednesday the 28th of January. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So with further ado, I will close the meeting, and thank you for the people who've attended both online and here in the hall, and apologies again for those online, and thanks for Rog for the use of his phone.
Save the day, Rog.
So today. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Thank you.